Well, hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be going over what you can expect when starting a retinoid. When exactly are you going to start seeing results? You know, it doesn't happen overnight. It can take some time. But in this video, I'm going to go over when you can expect to see certain results. And hopefully that helps encourage you to stick with it and not give up just because you're not seeing any change. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Andrea. I'm a board certified dermatologist. And if you like skincare content, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel or following me over on TikTok or Instagram, as I post a fair amount of skincare content on those platforms as well. As far as topical retinoids, they're a big family of ingredients. You've got the prescription retinoids like tretinoin and tazarotene, the over-the-counter FDA-approved retinoid adapalene, and then you have the cosmetic ingredients retinol and retinaldehyde. In this video, I'm specifically going to be talking about prescription retinoids or over-the-counter adapalene as far as results. And the reason for that is that when it comes to retinol and retinaldehyde, we just don't have as good research to predict the timeline for those. But anything that I'm going to be giving you in this video as far as expectations, just know that with retinol or retinaldehyde, it may take a little bit longer. If you've ever stumbled on a video or paper talking about retinoids, chances are you've heard of the retinoid uglies. What the heck is that and how long does it last? All right, when you first start a topical retinoid, it can cause a lot of irritation, dryness, peeling. Some people find that their skin is very sensitive. They have redness. That lasts typically a few weeks. Ways around this process are to be very gentle with your skincare routine. Make sure you're using a gentle cleanser to remove cosmetics, dirt, sunscreen film, and just avoid any other types of skincare products while you're going through this process other than sunscreen, cleanser, and moisturizer. And in the description box, I will list some of my favorites that are great options for starting a retinoid. Best to just keep your routine as boring as possible because your skin may likely be a lot more sensitive during this period of time. If you are using a retinoid for the treatment of acne, you might notice in the first few weeks that your acne actually gets worse. And this actually terrifies people hearing that this might occur, but there's no reason to be afraid. It happens to some people, but not to everyone. It's commonly referred to as purging. And what this process is basically any acne that you have under the skin kind of comes out more so all at once. It appears in areas where you typically get acne and it resolves much faster. I have a video explaining the differences between purging, skin irritation, and breakouts. I will link that down below in the description box so you can learn a little bit more about this, but it happens in some people, not in everyone. And this typically lasts at most 6 weeks. Anything beyond that is not purging, it's more likely irritation. So you can expect it's not going to continue beyond 6 weeks. I do get questions from time to time, hey, I'm going to switch to a higher percentage of a retinoid. Am I going to go through the purging process again? You really shouldn't. Purging, the dryness, the irritation, all of that, it really shouldn't happen so long as you have remained consistent with using the retinoid. If you then switch to a higher percentage, it's not likely to happen. Dryness, irritation, purging, these things may be a little bit more likely with higher percentage strengths than lower. But to reiterate, if you're going from a lower percentage strength to a higher, purging and irritation should not reoccur. It should be something that your skin has already kind of gotten accustomed to. Dryness, irritation, peeling, purging, redness tends to be a little bit more common with tretinoin, especially at higher percentages, and a little bit more common with tazarotene. It's less common and less of an issue, although it still occurs with adapalene. Adapalene tends to be a lot gentler. Pharmaceutical companies have really tried to modify these retinoids and their vehicles, meaning the inactive stuff, in such a way to make the retinoids a lot more tolerable and make this process less of an issue. There's Retin-A Micro, which is much less irritating for many people. There's Altreno Lotion, which is a lot less irritating for many people. There's a newer retinoid called trifarotene, which is, again, by prescription only. It's the brand name Acne. I have a video on it, by the way. Now, if you have a lot of sun damage to start with, the peeling, the dryness, the irritation, it tends to be a little bit more robust than in somebody who does not. So when can you start expecting the good stuff? Well, one of the benefits of using a topical retinoid consistently is smoother skin. And you can start to appreciate that around 4 to 6 weeks after using it consistently. So hopefully the purging, the irritation is over, and you may notice when you touch your skin, it feels a lot smoother. The reason this happens is that retinoids compact, smooth out, and even out the top layer of the skin. Is called the stratum corneum. So you can appreciate a skin smoothing effect at this point. Around 8 to 16 weeks, you may start to appreciate some improvement in hyperpigmentation. This is gonna actually depend a lot, however, on the nature of the hyperpigmentation. Hyperpigmentation that's down in the deeper parts of the skin, it actually may be a little bit more apparent to you as that top layer of the skin is getting smoothed out and evened out. Around the 8 to 16 week mark though, you can start to see improvement in any hyperpigmentation that you have up higher in the skin. This isn't gonna be the case for everybody, but that is around a window of time where you may start noticing some differences. If your skin tends to heal with hyperpigmentation, using a retinoid actually can reduce the risk that hyperpigmentation will occur in the first place. So it's preventative against hyperpigmentation, provided you are using it alongside sun protective behaviors, including wearing sunscreen and avoiding staying out in the sun too long, seeking shade, wearing a broad brimmed hat, and sun protective clothing. Many people though are pursuing retinoids for getting rid of wrinkles and fine lines. That takes time. The reason it takes time is because it takes time to boost up the collagen production in the deeper layers of the skin. But actually around 16 weeks of consistent use, you may start to begin to appreciate a subtle improvement in very fine wrinkles and fine lines. What about the improvement of acne? When will acne start getting better? I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the video that the purging period, if it occurs, tends to resolve at most, at the latest, 6 weeks. You can actually, depending on the severity of your acne, you may actually start to see improvement in the acne as early as 2 weeks. But generally speaking, the earliest people typically start to see improvement is around 6 weeks, sometimes not even until 3 months of consistent use. It all depends on, your acne and how your skin responds to it. So it's not, reproducible from person to person, but in general, we're saying the earliest you could really start to see improvement is 6 weeks, and 3 months is really when it should be working. So if you've got acne, I wouldn't even bother to ask yourself, is this actually working until the 3-month mark? You may appreciate some improvement and you can feel confident that it's working. One thing that's important to know too about acne is that for some people, the acne will improve, but it won't clear in total. For a lot of people actually. Topical retinoids, they're fantastic for acne because they control how the cells divide and proliferate and become who they're supposed to be. And as a result, that helps control pore clogging. Retinoids also reduce inflammation in the skin that drives papule formation, pustule formation, those inflammatory cysts. But oftentimes, for many people, a topical retinoid alone is not enough. Other treatments may need to be added to that. So don't think that it's not working because your face is not completely clear or you are still having breakouts. It's just part of the treatment process. You will need to go back and see your dermatologist for evaluation, and other medications may be needed. In some cases too, for acne, your dermatologist may elect to either increase the percentage strength of the retinoid they have prescribed you, or they may elect to switch you to another topical retinoid. It is really about the conversation between you and your dermatologist. I cannot predict that for you. You've got to talk to your derm. But do know, for many people with acne, retinoids help tremendously, but they're not always enough on their own. Other things may need to be added. So I alluded to the fact earlier that when it comes to hyperpigmentation, retinoids actually can help prevent hyperpigmentation in the first place because of the way they work to reduce inflammation, provided you are using them in conjunction with sun protection. But here's another added benefit of using a topical retinoid that many of you who are using them probably don't even realize is happening in your favor, and that is topical retinoid use can accelerate the rate of healing from wounds. If you undergo microdermabrasion treatment or a resurfacing laser treatment, many dermatologists and plastic surgeons will start you on a topical retinoid to use 2 weeks before the treatment, because that has been shown to accelerate the rate of healing and to improve the healing outcome. So it reduces the time of healing to use a topical retinoid in advance. So if you are already using a topical retinoid and you happen to get a cut in that area, your skin will heal faster. It's probably something you don't even realize is happening. So they really do help your skin in many, many ways. What about for more prominent wrinkles? Well, you've got to use the retinoid consistently for at least 6 months to really start to see any benefit in that area. And it will be subtle. It won't be, you know, a complete erasure of prominent furrows or deep wrinkles. So set your expectations that at most you're going to get some modest improvement, but you're also going to have smoothing of the skin likely, and possibly an improvement in any hyperpigmentation that you have. So overall, you know, look at yourself overall. I highly suggest taking photographs of your face before and, you know, maybe every 3 months while using a topical retinoid to document. It can be a tremendous benefit to you to see how the retinoid is changing your skin. How long is it safe to keep using it? Topical retinoids are safe to use long-term, uninterrupted, with the exception of, for certain procedures, your dermatologist or whoever is performing the procedure may ask you to stop any retinoids. A lot of laser procedures, for example, laser hair removal, you know, that might be advised. Or before you have facial waxing, you want to stop a few weeks before, because you can get little sores because that retinoid is smoothing out the top layer of the skin. There's less for the wax to pull away, so you can get little sores. So that would be a situation where you would want to temporarily stop your retinoid. Or if you become pregnant, retinoids are contraindicated during pregnancy, but otherwise they are safe to use daily indefinitely. There's no evidence of any harmful effects to the skin. They help to reduce activation of enzymes that chew up collagen upon exposure to UV. They help your body clear out damaged skin cells. And for people who have a lot of sun damage and make a lot of skin cancers, a topical retinoid can help minimize the formation of and clear some of those early little pre-skin cancers referred to as actinic keratoses. So they do have a lot of benefits. I already mentioned they can improve healing. After about 6 months of consistent use though, more collagen will start to be produced in the deeper layers of the skin, and that can have benefit not only for wrinkles, but also for atrophic acne scars, boxcar scars, and ice pick scars. You may start to notice that those are a lot smoother, a lot more level with long-term consistent use. Starting at about 6 months, you really start to get improvement in collagen production in the deeper layers of the skin. And so that corresponds with kind of a smoothing out of any like boxcar or rolling scars, they're called. I have videos on these types of scars, as a matter of fact, so check those out. But yeah, a topical retinoid, after about 6 months, you may start to see some improvement in those things as well. The benefits of a topical retinoid persist for 1 month after stopping, but after that, you know, things start to reaccumulate, and therefore you need to continue to use the topical retinoid in order to maintain the results. But you may find that after using a topical retinoid for a year and a half, you don't necessarily need to use it every day in order to maintain those results. If it's for photoaging specifically, you may not need to continue to use it on a daily basis in order to maintain those results. You may only need to use it a few times a week, actually. Now, when it comes to acne, you may still need to use it on a daily basis. It really just boils down to you and your acne. And again, that's something to chat with your dermatologist about. But from a cost perspective, since a lot of you guys buy topical retinoids out of pocket for cosmetic reasons, for, you know, the anti-aging benefits, well, you may find that after a year and a half or so of using it, say daily or every other day, you may be able to back down in frequency in order to maintain those results, because that's at least what the literature shows, and that may be more cost effective for you. But the bottom line is results do not happen overnight. don't have acne and you are using a topical retinoid, say for the anti-aging benefits, just because you don't necessarily see any results, it doesn't mean that the medication is not working in your favor. You may be someone who isn't starting out with a lot of sun damage that's obvious, or a lot of hyperpigmentation that's obvious, or your hyperpigmentation may just not be responsive to the retinoid. It doesn't necessarily mean though that the retinoid is not benefiting the skin in other avenues. So don't necessarily assume that, your face doesn't really look too different, that it's not benefiting you. If you don't have acne, do you even need to use a retinoid in the first place? No, it's not a requirement to use a retinoid, and I will point out that many studies using topical retinoids actually show that in the placebo arm that is getting cream with no retinoid in it, those individuals see some improvement as well. They don't see as much improvement as the group that's using topical retinoids, but they do see some improvement. And the reason for that likely is that in order to participate in these trials, the participants are required to use sun protection, and they are counseled on sun protective behavior. So they need to wear sunscreen daily. And we know that wearing sunscreen daily and protecting your skin from the sun can help in clearing existing photo damage and preventing further photo damage in the future. So if you're looking for something for anti-aging that's inexpensive, doesn't require a prescription, doesn't require the retinoid uglies, make sure you're wearing sunscreen and protecting your skin from the sun. You will likely see benefit from doing that. All right, y'all, I hope that helped kind of mark out the timeline that you can expect with using a topical retinoid. It's going to differ from person to person quite a bit, anywhere from weeks off to maybe even months. Some people don't see any benefit with a topical retinoid until around 6 months. It all really just depends kind of on you, what you're starting out with, maybe even the type of retinoid that you're using and how it interacts with your skin. It is a very individualized outcome. This is a general timeline. Of course, this video is for educational purposes. Definitely discuss with the prescriber if your results that you are getting, the reaction that you're having with the medication is appropriate for you. I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments if you have gone through the retinoid uglies, otherwise known as the retinization process, before, or if you are newly starting out a topical retinoid and you're apprehensive about that. Hopefully this video allayed your fears. On the end slate, I'm going to put my recent video comparing tretinoin to tazarotene for anti-aging purposes, so you can learn more about that there. But if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.